All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we actually have the one and only Royal Flush. He is actually also known as the Governor of Queens, and we got him live right here on the line. How are you doing this evening?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Hanging in there, man. What's going on?
And I gotta say, first and foremost, man, thank you so much in advance for just giving us a bit of your time this evening, man. Me personally, I grew up listening to your music, man. Definitely been a big fan for so many years, man. So, thank you so much in advance.
Oh, no, fighting. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Fixing my chain. Is that what you said?
I was just gonna say, man, I've been a fan for many, many years, man. So thank you so much in advance for just giving us a bit of your time here this evening.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you having me. Definitely.
But I know you're a busy guy there, Royal, so I'm going to dive right into this interview, man. And I want to take you back to the year 1995, where you actually appeared on 8 songs from Mike Geronimo's album, The Natural. I was wondering, how did yourself and Geronimo get connected? And of course, was that your very first time actually appearing on a mainstream record?
Yes, yes, it was. It was, I'm So High Master I See was the first time me actually being on a big record. I mean, me and Mike Geronimo, we both from Flushing, you know, we both from the same block, Golden Street, but he lived a little, like, maybe 2 blocks up from me. He lived, like, where Large Professor and Neek the Exotics from, Carlisle, and I lived down a block. So we was always tight, and then once I heard he was spitting, you know, I used to always rap. They knew me for rapping, but I would just talk about shit that happened in the neighborhood. And then we linked up one day, and you know, it was from there. So that's my favorite brother.
And I gotta say as well, like the chemistry that you guys actually had on that record was absolutely phenomenal, man. My absolute favorite still to this day will always have to be "Man of My Own."
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, when we did the album, it was like however we was feeling that day is how we did it. Like if we could woke up that day and we was high, if we felt like we was the natural, if it was 3 stories high, whatever concept we came up with, the album was however we felt that day. So it was definitely chemistry doing that first album with him.
And also as well, man, as I mentioned that during the intro to this interview, you were also known as the Governor of Queens. I was wondering, how did you actually earn that name? And of course, who was the first individual to actually call you the Governor?
I mean, I guess before the governor, a lot of people used to call me liaison. You know, like a good middleman. It was just like when a lot of things was happening in Queens, whether it was beef or it was shootouts or people going at each other, a lot of people would go through me so I could stop it or try to resolve the situation. So, you know, I was always good with that. So that's where, like, the governor came in, you know, because, you know, you need somebody in Queens. And then a lot of people from Queens, they know they didn't get along. So I brought other people to other barbecues, other basketball games. So I kept Queens in tune. That's where I got the governor from.
And I gotta say, man, it's always good to have that one individual in the hood, man. Just actually, you know, try to level things out and even things out, man, and keep everybody kind of all happy.
Yes, definitely. I mean, you need that. That's definitely where the governor coming at. I definitely try to keep things mediated around the neighborhoods, you know.
And also as well, man, back in the mid-90s, you actually inked a deal with TVT Records, man. I was wondering, how did that record deal come to be? And of course, what was it like just being signed to that imprint way back in the day?
Well, when I did "I'm So High," then I did a song called moving. I think it wasn't "Moving on Your Week." I did a song and it was just a white label, and then I went on tour with Mike Geronimo. While I was on tour, actually it was like a lot of labels asking who I was, my voice, who is he. So my label, Mike Geronimo's label, got a key of it. So while I was on tour, I think it was in Virginia, they came with a contract, or because they didn't want me to get off tour and come back to New York, and other labels grabbed me. So that's how I got with TVT.
And I gotta say, it was definitely a smart move on their behalf, man. Because I guarantee you, after that tour, man, there would have been a bidding war, just to get you on a label, man. If they didn't swipe you up then.
Yeah. I mean, it was unique. It was, you know, I got my own type of voice, so it was definitely a new voice, and it was talking about, you know, talking the shit that Nas talks. So it was definitely good for that. They definitely wanted that.
And I gotta say as well, it's actually pretty sad what happened to TVT, man. I believe back in the mid 2000s they actually folded, man. Such an amazing label, man. Had so many amazing great acts throughout the years.
Oh, I mean, they had Nine Inch Nails. They had every every theme that's on TV. They did all the theme music to it, whether it's Bewitch, anything, the Monsters. They did everything.
And also as well, man, August 19th of 1997, you actually dropped my personal favorite record, and it's actually your debut solo album as well, titled Ghetto Millionaire. I was always wondering, man, what was the story behind that iconic record? And of course, is it still actually available to be streamed or purchased today?
Yes. The whole album is streamed now, definitely. The Orchard do have the Orchard brought TBT's catalog. When TBT folded, the Orchard brought it, so I still get paid royalties through the Orchard and all of that. But yeah, definitely, I'm doing that first album was crazy. It was unbelievable, and Ice Down with Giants. When we first went in, me and LP, we went in, we did it. I heard the beat, I bam bam. I was like, wow, I never heard horns like that. And then we was like, who should we throw on the hook? And at the time, Capone from CNN, that's my cousin. So I was talking to him because he was locked up. I was like, yo, what's up with Nori that you mess with? He's like, I call him to reach out to him, because me and his hood had little problems, Left Rack and where I'm from in Flushing, so we didn't really see eye to eye like that. So I went to go meet him in the studio one time, and it was all love, and then he got on the record like a week later.
And I gotta say, man, in my personal opinion, one of the most iconic East Coast records, man. I always think that record will be solidified within hip-hop history, man. Such a phenomenal record.
Worldwide, yes, and worldwide, because when I heard Mark beeping them and seeing that they did LA, I was like, damn, they really talking about LA, but I wanted to do something different. When I heard the beat, I was like, when LES played it, I said, oh man, he just finished doing Nas album, he played that shit, and I was like, I'm gonna talk about New York letting that shit happen. So the whole song, Rest in Peace, I was talking about Biggie, you know what I mean, but I was just talking about, just Queens ain't got nothing to do with this LA beef. So I was just, that's where Worldwide came from.
And also as well, while we're still on the topic of Ghetto Millionaire, man, you actually featured then a very young Ja Rule on the song Ends Night Out, man. I was wondering, how did you initially get connected with Ja Rule? And of course, what was it like just collaborating with him on your project?
Well, I mean, you got to remember, on TVT, Mike Geronimo had the Cash Money click. That was, Ja Rule, all black. So when they came under Irv Gotti, it was Mike Geronimo and the Cash Money click. So that's how I met Ja. And me and Ja was real cool. And then, I put him on the album. And at first I had Cheeks on it. And then Cheeks I couldn't get cleared for him. And then we do Ja Rule on it.
And I gotta say, Ja Rule must have been super young during that project as well. Probably at least in his teen years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Because I figure I'm probably a year older than him. So, yeah, I was like 20, so he was like 19.
And also as well, man, you actually had the opportunity to work with with the late great Big L, man, on his 2003 joint Flamboyant 2. I was wondering, what was it like actually just working with Big L before his untimely passing?
I mean, me and Big L was definitely cool because I used to be in the streets a lot, so I used to go to Harlem a lot. I used to go see his brother. So, we was always tight like that. And then, he used to spit. He was crazy. But like I said, at that time, I wasn't really rapping. And then then I started rapping. Then we went to Harlem. Then he was like, yo, Fudge, come in the studio. And then we just did a quick little song or whatever. But that was my dog. That was my road dog. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Pun. Pun was my road dog. Rest in peace, Old Dirty Bastard. That was my road dog. You know what I mean? Those are my people.
And I gotta say as well, man, Big L was such a phenomenal MC, man. Me personally, I definitely think he'd be one of the hottest MCs even to this day if he didn't pass away back in the early 2000s.
Yeah. I mean, Big L was phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. Like I said, I think maybe it was the day after he did the song with Jay-Z and all of them. I think it was Barbito or something. And I mean, Big L was dope. Like he inspired me. You know what I mean? He inspired me to want to do it. He inspired me to say I could talk my street shit into the rap shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time you had like Melly Mel, or you had like, or even after that, early before me, you had like Onyx out, and everybody was kind of like, "Rrr." But I wanted to be calm and talk some real street drug dealer shit. So Big L told me how to do that, definitely.
And also as well, just going ahead in the timeline a little bit, man, in the year 2015, you were actually featured on the late, great Sean Price's Songs in the Key of Price album, on the song Soul Perfect. I was wondering, what was the story behind that collaboration? And of course, how did you initially get connected with the one and only Sean Price?
Well, I mean, me and Mike Geronimo, we went on tour with the Boot Camp Clip when they was out too. And for some reason, me and Sean Price, we always hit it off. That was like always my favorite. You know what I'm saying? So once he was doing the solo albums, he had just finished, I think, the Tyson and that. So once he had finished that, then he started working in the studio that I used to work in. So then me and him, we just linked up. We was in there every night, getting fucked up and just doing songs. And I actually got an album about to come out with me and Sean Price called The Royal Price from like The Price is Right. It's called The Royal Price. So that should be out next month. Where it's like 9 songs of just me and him, nobody never heard.
And I gotta say, that's absolutely phenomenal, man. That individuals like yourself are still bringing out unreleased Sean Price for us hip hop fans to enjoy, man. I still can't believe he's gone, in my personal opinion, man. Definitely, when I heard that news, I couldn't believe that Sean Price unfortunately passed.
Yeah, that was one of my worst phone calls I got that morning. And it was Bernadette. You know what I mean? His wife called me, so that was very very hurtful for me. Definitely a bad loss.
And also, in the year 2019, you actually dropped the album The Governor. I was wondering if you can tell our listeners a bit more about this most recent record, and of course, where can we actually buy or stream ourselves a copy of this particular album today?
It's on Spotify. It's definitely it's just these are like I did Governor 1 and Governor 2's on Spotify. Anybody can go stream it right now. But those are like a lot of songs people never heard that have been monster songs that I didn't really release. Some of them you might have heard, but a lot of them you didn't hear.
And I gotta ask as well, do you have any like hard copies available? Because I do know a lot of our listeners, they always like knowing if hard copies are available of records. But I do know, unfortunately, with this day and age, compact discs are slowly becoming a thing of history.
Yes. I mean, they are supposed to print some up because a lot of people have been asking for them. So I am going to get on that. And then this year coming up, I guess next year is my 25th anniversary of Ghetto Millionaire, which I'm throwing out the new album. It's called Ghetto Billionaire. So that'll be out August 19th next year.
And I gotta say, man, 25 years of that record, man. I gotta say, time definitely flies, man. When you said that, I couldn't even believe 25 years there for a moment.
Word, 25, 97.
But hey, you know what? I gotta say, it definitely is well deserved, man. Just being able to, sit back and celebrate a 25-year record like that, man. Because like I said, that album is forever gonna be solidified within hip hop, man. Nothing but bangers on that record.
I appreciate it. Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love.
And also, man, immediately after this interview, I'm actually going to be playing your 2020 release Rotten Apple remix that was actually originally a song back in 1996, if I'm not mistaken. I was wondering, what can our listeners actually expect from this remixed track? And of course, like, what can they expect from it? Sorry.
I mean, I heard it. It's a remix that someone did on their own, a producer that we all know that he just did it on his own. He just took my vocals and just put it to one of his beats. But it's definitely cool. It's definitely cool and jazzy. You know how I like my beats. I like the smooth shit so I can talk my shit.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know that was actually a fan-made joint. I actually thought that you actually put your own little twist on it, man. Like they always say, you learn something new every day.
Yes. I mean, it's dope. I like listening to it. I mean, what happened was he did it, and we both went half on it, on like the royalties. So I gave him permission to do it.
But also as well, what is next for yourself, Royal Flush? Because I know you said you have that record with Sean Price coming out. You actually have the 25th anniversary of Ghetto Millionaire, but Ghetto Billionaire. But what is next for you? Is there anything else we didn't talk about? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still have you here live on the Canadian airwaves this evening.
One thing I love Canada. I love it. Like that was I say this in every interview. That's one of my favorite places I've been to. That showed me so much love and love so much hip hop. But I got Mike Geronimo new albums about to drop, and which is unbelievable. He got songs on there with Nipsey Hussle. He got shit people never even heard before. But yeah, I got his album coming out. P Rock got a new album coming out. I'm on that. Tragedy's new album coming out. I'm on that. Havoc's new album coming out. I'm on that. I mean, I'm all over everything.
And I got to say, it's the best way to be, especially this day and age.
Yeah. So I mean, I just keep active. Like I love hip hop. Hip hop don't pay my bills. It's something that I just love. You know what I mean? Not every player can be in the NBA, but I damn sure on the Rucker.
But also as well, this is the time in the interview quickly, Royal, before I wrap things up, that I give a chance for the individual that does slide through the radio station airwaves, just like a chance to give like shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to, but most of all, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything Royal Flush if they're not already doing so.
Yes. I mean, on all social media, it's Royal Flush. Right now, on Instagram, my Royal Flush page had got hacked, so it's real_Royal Flush. On Facebook, I mean, everywhere is Royal Flush, the Governor of Queens. So I'm definitely around for any features, anything like that. You can hit me on the gram. You know, I do songs with people on their music. If your music sucks, you won't get a song with me. I don't give a fuck what you're paying. But if you dope, you got me on it.
And I gotta say as well, I don't blame you, man. A lot of individuals will do anything if the price is right, man. But it's good to hear when artists, you know, actually will actually know when to say no if someone's that bad. Because I've heard some amazing, talented artists, man, on a song, and it's like, what the heck? You know what I mean? How much did they pay you for that?
Or because all you did was waste your bars. Yeah, I do be hearing like a lot of artists. They do some immaculate bars on somebody's shit that don't count, and it'd be a waste of time.
But also, I gotta say first and foremost, Royal, thank you so much, man, for just giving us a bit of your time this evening out of your busy schedule, man. Like I said, I've been a fan.
Man, thank you.
I've been a fan of yourself, man, since the Ghetto Millionaire record drop, man. So thank you so much, and I'm definitely looking forward to hearing some of these amazing projects that you actually got in the works that's actually set to release, man. It definitely sounds like 2021 is the year of Royal Flush.
Yes, I do agree. Absolutely do agree. Yes, the Royal Price is coming out this winter. So get ready for that. Royal Flush is Sean Price, baby.
Hey, man, thank you so much, Royal, and definitely have yourself a wonderful night out there in Queens, man. Hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon.
Thanks a lot, brother. You have a good one.
You as well. Thank you.
Peace.